guys, it's Lyndon and Allie. Welcome to another episode of Tiger Takes Week 4. We're rolling with
Week
it.
4.
Can you believe it?
I literally cannot believe it.
I'm coming to you live, Allie, from my floor because, I like to live in the moment. And in the moment last week, I decided to sell my bar stools on Facebook.
Well, I'm coming to you from my kitchen, so you can see our wall of wedding invitations from me and my roommate.
That's so Auburn of you, all the weddings.
It's so Auburn. It's so Southern of me. I have my Valentine's card from my mother that she sent me. So we're just keeping it real here at the Tiger Takes for week 4. I literally cannot believe it's already week 4. I'm rocking my favorite in honor of name, image, likeness, and what we're going to talk about today. Don't tweet at Croots. Still applies, folks. Don't do it. Get your shirt at home field. It's the best shirt I've ever invested in. It's so comfortable, and it just speaks true to what I believe in. There's no need to tweet at 17 and 18-year-olds ever.
You're such a good PSA person. Okay, I'm wrapping my, let's see if you can see it, The Price is Right Aubie shirt.
Oh, I love that.
I felt like it was appropriate for the name, image, and likeness. Like these athletes working with their new company. Is the price going to be right? It better be for them, right? So we're trying to, stay hip and with the times and up to current events. And this is such a fun topic to talk about. I don't think I expected the internet, the Twitter sphere to have so much fun with this, because it has been in the past such a controversial subject. Do you pay athletes? Do you not pay athletes? But I think just talking to people yesterday, everyone's on board. Happy the athletes are getting to benefit from their own self, and everyone's kind of having fun with it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Auburn had their, the king at quarterback at 12:01, I think it was Central Time, announced his endorsement with Milo Sweet Tea. It doesn't get more Birmingham. It doesn't get more Southern than Milo Sweet Tea. And Bo Nix was a perfect match for that. So it's crazy. I mean, it's exciting. It's an unknown territory. I mean, everyone can say they know what's going to happen or what it's going to be. But I mean, you already see the 2 twin basketball players, doing 6-figure deals, which is awesome. Everyone thought it was only going to be, men's football and men's basketball, but it's awesome to see, with TikTok and Instagram and all these social platforms, Cameo, I feel like this is going to be really popular for athletes. So it's just really cool to see these guys, make history. I mean, no one ever thought this was coming, and it's here now. So my watch is already blowing up with my mom saying that I look a little pale. So sorry, Mom. I will be at the Lake Martin tomorrow. And Lyndon, I think I'm going to be seeing you there. 2 Auburn girls going to Lake Martin.
So
do you have any other fun?
Yeah, if y'all see us,
I'm so excited.
Hey, I think we're going to be at the landing tomorrow. I'll be with my dad. We're going to be hanging out with Allie. It's going to be such a fun time. Maybe it's my ring light. Let's try to make me look not as. That's a little bit better. I just feel like the ring light's hot on my face. Kind of makes me.
I know. I feel like I don't even look that pale, but we're going to be rocking a tan. So if anyone's coming to Lake Martin tomorrow, come say hey. We'll be out there. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of Auburn flags out there. But Lyndon, why don't we get started on what our topic is today for our week 4 of Tiger Takes? Because I think it's a really good one.
I think it's a good one too. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing, I say we're because we want you guys to drop comments and discuss with us what Auburn businesses we would work with if we were college athletes right now. Who would we partner up with? Who would we want to endorse us? We thought long and hard.
Got my list.
These. So I'm excited. This is one of our favorite topics. We've been texting back and forth. So Allie, do you want to kick us off with your number 5? We're hoping it would be good enough college athletes to get 5 deals. So that's what we're
exactly. We're shooting big. And actually, I was only thinking about food and, drinks. And then you open it up to there's a lot of other things these athletes can get endorsed from. And there's so much in Auburn. So I'm going to go with a classic. It's controversial, but a classic, a time where I spent most of my nights and days. My number 5 pick, I would like to be sponsored by Skybar. The tried and true. I mean, there's so many different bars. If you want country and live music, come up to the front. If you want DJ and a little bit of dance music, go to the back. If you want to, see the stars, go up to the roof. If you want a hot dog, they got food too. So I just feel like it's a classic Auburn landmark. I mean, it's been voted like the best SEC bar, for years. And I know me and you have, spent plenty of nights at
Have you been
Skybar.
at Skybar this morning, Allie?
I was gonna say maybe I've been having a couple of mimosas this morning. No, but I think it would just be a really fun. I feel like you could do so many like TikToks doing at Skybar or Instagram photos. No one really knows that there's food there, so I feel like we need to give that PSA out there. You
Yeah,
get a hot dog and Sky
though.
Pizza.
That's new. Like
it was around when we were there,
my senior year when we became friends. That senior spring for me, so 2015. But yeah, great choice. Do you have like a slogan that you would use with them? Like, I don't know. Have you thought about this? Like a hashtag?
Yeah, well, I think the running joke is like if you charge a card, it's Skybar Cafe. So kids always are like, yeah, Mom, I'm just going to Skybar Cafe to study. So I think I would play off that trademark, don't ever let your parents know where you're at. They think they're studying. So I think that would be a good trademark to use for some incoming freshmen and sophomore that are going to Skybar on Saturdays and Sundays, and their parents just think they're hitting the books.
Well, that is a fantastic choice. That's on my list too. So I'll give my take on that when we get to it on my list. My number 5 pick, I have a family, okay? I got to think of my children, aka my sweet Maltipoo Lido. So if I'm a college athlete, I'm providing. I'm partnering with Groomingdales. And yes, there is one in Auburn on Dean Road, I think. And that would be perfect for my lifestyle. Lido would have the best haircuts. I would even try to do like some commercials with them, like maybe helping out and like LB's cut some LBs. I don't know. Like there's so much you can do. So because I wish I had provided a picture, and Lido is not with me because if you do remember 2 weeks ago, Lido was very vocal during Tiger Take. So he's been kicked out. We're dog free right now, so no interruptions. But I love that little foo-foo, and I would do Groomingdales for sure to make sure not only I got mine, but he got his as well.
And I feel like that's a great, when you think about athletes, like it doesn't always have to be, signing a check. It could be, get $15 off. And I feel like Groomingdales would be such a good one to get, an influencer audience for something like that. So good pick. I like it. We're getting unique. My number 4. Another tried and true Auburn landmark that I ate at, and probably why I was 75,000 pounds graduating back in 2016, El Dorado. They have the best cheap margaritas. You can get them the XL with the floater, which is perfect. They have the best chimichangas, the best rice and beans, and the best queso in Auburn. So I just feel like if I'm a college student and I want a free meal, put a little TikTok. I'm a big TikTok. I think I might start one because I'm getting really influenced. But I think if you do a TikTok like at El Dorado and like going in the back in the kitchen, the people are great, the staff's great, and doing like a build your own like burrito at El Dorado, it would go over so well, right? Like I'm thinking about the social media strategy here on what we can do. And I think El Dorado, I mean, I know there's a lot of, that's a hot take. You got Cancun's, you got some of the more local ones, but if you want to just a cheap college town Mexican meal for under $15 with an extra large margarita, El Dorado is where you're going.
And speaking of TikTok, going back to the basketball twins, I think play at Fresno State. If you were keeping up with them, they flew to New York Wednesday night. My question is, all these stars have been on TikTok, all these athletes, and they're the ones that are honestly the most popular. And I think when you get past 10,000 followers on TikTok, you're entered into the creator fund. You may not make that much money, but you get money. So when I was looking on TikTok yesterday and seeing all the athletes sharing how happy they were, I'm like, I wonder if these that have millions of followers, like those twins, like Livy, the gymnast from LSU, had they not been getting the creator fund? It's just like very interesting because like we think of like the simple things that they used to could not do, like selling autographs, It just makes you wonder. Like you said, there's so many avenues. It'll be interesting to see where all this goes.
Or, I mean, there's this, the big Reggie Bush, all the, the past scandal of like not accepting her and getting his Heisman. And now it's like he would have been making $4 or $5 million back in the day, if he were to take into account everything. And it was $300K is what, why it caused him to lose a Heisman. So it's just really interesting to see, is it going to be retroactive or, how does this work in the future? I know one of my favorite former recruits, John Burt, who ended up playing wide receiver at Texas and did track and field there. He tweeted and he was like, so do I like get to like retroactively get all the money that I just make? And I don't think that's going to happen, but it's interesting. And I do feel bad for the guys that did just graduate. It almost is like, oh, should I stay to another year and trying to find that little eligibility after COVID? But no, you're right. It is very interesting to see how this is all going to play out. But back to your number 4, your sponsor, your Auburn sponsor. We only pick places in Auburn.
Auburn, yeah.
Auburn sponsors. So what is your number 4
So
Auburn
for
sponsor?
my number 4, I'm going the different route again. I'm going to get more basic as the list goes on, but I'm thinking outside the box. And I picked the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, Grand National.
Also on my list.
Because, I mean, okay, if you're telling me people want me and to use my name, like I'm going to have fun with it. And I'm thinking, what do I like to do? I want to go play golf. I want to be like your spokesperson. Like I want people to come out and play golf with me and like get paid to be like, I mean, I'm thinking Scott Disick of the Robert Trent Jones. And my brother does work there. So if you're out there, go say hey to Michael Blake. He keeps the grounds in pristine condition.
Pristine condition.
But, you know, I don't even get good deals with him. So I'll have to rely on my athletic ability to get me there and golf a couple rounds for free and help them out too.
Well, I mean, I guess this is a little segue before we get to our top 3 sponsors. If I were an athlete at Auburn, I'm 5'8", so I don't think I could be a gymnast, even though that's what I really wish I could be. I think I would choose like volleyball or maybe like tennis, because I did play tennis in high school. So I feel like that would have been my sport if I had been talented enough to play in college. Or swimming maybe, because I feel like that would 5'8" is a decent height. But I wish I could be a gymnast. That would have been my pick of choice. What about you?
I mean, I know I don't sound like the most aggressive gal out there, but I played softball year round my entire life. Go, Benjamin Russell, go. And our little leagues just won state. Terrell Owens did give us a shout out on Instagram. So, I mean,
cool.
Softball on the come up. I would definitely want to play Auburn softball. I went to their camps growing up. I remember going to softball camp, and now we're really getting off the topic, at the Hill and staying at the Hill in the dorms.
Oh, wow.
Going to softball camp as a kid and thinking, like, this is the coolest place ever. And it was the Hill.
Oh, God.
Not the coolest place ever.
Not the coolest place. And I think that's why I have asthma now to this day, is because I spent a year in the Hill. Go Braves. But you guys make sure you're in the chat. Keep us updated on who you would want your sponsors to be at Auburn. Let's get back on track. Our number 3, I've got my little phone pulled up so I don't forget. My number 3, again, clearly I really enjoy food, and that's what I would be interested in most.
City. I think that's like,
it really is. It is. And there's so many different kinds. But if I wanted some home cooked, good Southern food that never misses, anytime I go back, even if it's for a game day, I always stop on Sundays, is Pannie-George's. I mean, it just like doesn't get better than Pannie-George's. I mean, you got home cooked, you feel at home, it's comfortable, you can roll in on a Sunday morning looking rough and no one's going to judge you, and you can just get a full plate of food. They don't skimp on portions, so if that's portion control is your thing, I do not recommend going. But it's just like such good food, and I feel like you could do some really fun like Southern commercials with them, or you know, some cool sponsors by like, I don't know, using their food, and just the environment's really cool there. The staff's great. So I think that would be my number 3. Again, big foodie girl. Auburn's a low-key foodie city, but Pannie-George's I think would take my 3rd in my top 3.
Okay, question
what about you?
Though. You know how like McDonald's has like the Travis Scott meal, the BTS meal. Like, what would your Allie Davis and Pannie-George's meal be?
Wow. That's really putting me on the spot. I'm like kind of sweating a little bit. This is a lot of pressure. My favorite, like, I love collards, which is so weird because I did not have those growing up. So that might probably be on there. And I love cornbread. Like, I would love cornbread, honestly, as my wedding cake one day over like a regular cake. Like, I'm obsessed with it. So I think that would probably, those 2 would definitely have to be included in my Pannie-George's. This is, again, an Auburn athlete can make a Smoke Monday meat at Pannie-George's, and here we go. So there we go. We're on a roll here. But that's a good one. Have you ever eaten at Pannie-George's?
Yes, and Smoke Monday could even do like the Smoked Monday special, and it could be his meal, and it could be every single Monday. Calls up.
We've got it. So what's your number 3?
All right, so I'm joining the food train. This is a very specific order, and I think it honestly is the only thing I've ever gotten from this place. But I'm going to go with Amsterdam's specifically for the turkey wrap. Now, guys, if you were in a sorority at Auburn like we were, you probably ate 5,000 turkey wrap pieces, especially during recruitment. But I would want a sponsorship with the turkey wraps. You can do commercials for them, but I would want the free turkey wraps. And I would post, like you said, on social every single time I ate them. It consists of turkey, and what is their true kicker is they do a light layer of cream cheese, and the wrap's really good too, but it's the cream cheese for me. And I love it.
I don't think I've ever had their turkey wrap.
What did you eat when you were stuck in the chapter for 9 hours a day?
Yeah, I guess we did that, but my go-to meal in Amsterdam's, because actually that's like one of the places we go back to pretty frequently that we can get like reservations for, is the crab cake sandwich. Ooh, buddy, it is fire. The crab cake's incredible, and then we get like the homemade sweet potato fry or chips or whatever they're homemade chips that they make. Oh, and their dip that they put in the crab. A+. Amsterdam's a good upper class. If like date night, like I feel like that's like a thing when you're a little older, like a junior or senior, you go on like nice date nights in college, and Amsterdam's is a classic.
Night in college, so
no, I mean I didn't either. But in theory, I feel like a lot of my friends did who are now married. But I feel like Amsterdam's, again, I was a lot at Skybar and Dorado, so different types of people. But I feel like Amsterdam's, you could do like fun little date nights around like holidays or Valentine's Day, and that'd be a fun thing for like athletes to do, especially if like an athlete was dating an athlete. You know what I mean? Like if you were a swimmer and you were dating a basketball player or vice versa, like I think it would be a fun little fancy night to do an upscale.
Yes. And you don't even have to feel guilty if they gave you the meal on the house.
Exactly. So this is a tough one. My top 2.
Oh, we have a question.
Oh, we have a question.
Go first.
Who is y'all's favorite Auburn football player of all time?
Do you want to say it on the count of 3?
Oh gosh. Okay, ready?
I think it'll be the same. If they're not, cool. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Cam Newton.
I waited because I wanted to see who you were gonna say.
Come on.
I don't know. I mean, I guess Cam Newton would have to be like a classic, but like, I don't know. Like Derrick Brown, I think is going to go down as probably eventually my favorite Auburn player.
You love him, big
I know, like he's my boy, but I guess for like overall Cam Newton and what he gave me to talk back to people on Twitter is really deep. So I thank him a lot for that, but he might, I guess, or Bo Jackson. I mean, how can you not like him? And like he comes back all the time. I like guys who come back and like Auburn is their like experience. You know what I mean? Because like I want to see you promote Auburn, and so I like Bo Jackson. Cam Newton comes back, so I guess those two. But that's a good question. I guess that we can turn that into a segment too. Our favorite players of all time. But back to our sponsors. I'm doing back to our sponsors. If anyone is listening, we are available. Behind the Glass, because 1, what girl doesn't need clothes? And 2, Behind the Glass is expensive. I don't know how I shopped at Auburn at Behind the Glass, but I did, which is insane because I go back and like, that's weird. I was eating ramen buying a $75 dress, but it's the cutest boutique in Auburn. I feel like I think they do TikToks now and like Instagram lives. Like I feel like we would thrive together if we were able to do that. We could do like game day fits and sorority fits and formal fits. Not anymore because I'm 27. But back in the day, had I been an athlete, I feel like that would have been a perfect match to do for a sponsor, right? But TikTok wasn't even like a thing when we were around. So it's kind of weird now to think about. But we had like Yik Yak, which was the talk of the town. But
remember that one time we went to Behind the Glass and made friends with the workers, and we all went to Skybar afterwards?
Yes. So see, and I think I'm still friends with them on Instagram, actually.
I'm friends with them on Facebook and Instagram,
Yeah. So, I mean, I just think it would be a perfect match if I was a female athlete to get hooked up with one of, I mean, there's a ton of really good boutiques. There's Therapy, there's Charming Oaks, there's Magnolia and Jane. Like, there's so many really cool ones. So I feel like that would be like an automatic I would try to get on, especially if I was a girl on TikTok already for an athlete. I feel like that would just be like a perfect match
Yeah.
for me.
You know, my dad asked me when I was young, like, do you want to play softball in college? And I always said no. Regrets. Well, I would still be too old. But if I was younger, I'd be like, I mean, I don't know about you, but my children now, we are hitting the camps. We're gonna love sports. Yeah. We're gonna be that fam. I'm gonna have us a TikTok account already. And
absolutely
going off.
Still to this day, the biggest thing that I will never forgive my parents for is letting me, their 5'8" daughter, choose ballet, where I was 6 foot on point, over golf and swimming. Because I had made like junior cut swimming, like I was really good. And my parents like, you gotta choose one. And I chose dance like an idiot. And I thought I was gonna make a career at 5'8" dancing ballet. So I will never forgive my parents. Like, thanks you for letting me chase my dreams, but wow, could have been a college swimmer or golfer, and we would be thriving high right now.
Yeah, my brothers play golf, and I think my parents should have enrolled me in golf lessons because I'm real for someone who has only golfed 4 times in their life, and if people are watching that have golfed with me, feel free to chime in. But I'm good, and I'm like, you know, I'm never gonna be, you know, a basketball star. I'm never going to be
well, you're pipsqueak, so
I'm
no.
never going to be Jenny Finch because it's just natural athletic ability, and golf is too. But my goodness, if they made me go out there and hit the range every day, I'm sure I'd have been decent enough to get a scholarship. Maybe come after me. Maybe I'm just, Allie, you say all the time, I live in fantasy land. So maybe this is just another fantasy land thought, but I'm like, no, like I could have been a golfer, I think.
That you could be on tour right now, maybe a little bit of a fantasy land. But what is your number 2 before we talk about our childhood dreams?
And I won't talk about it long because I've already talked about it, but I'm going to throw a little different take on it. If this is the deal I would work out, because, you know, I'm going to be a business athlete, you know, student athlete, businesswoman would be my title. And I would want, you know, Skybar so big. There's so many different sections. You have the hot dog stand, you have outdoor, indoor, up, down bars. I want an LB bar. It can be even called the little bar,
Ooh.
LB. And I want to put my take on what's served from there and get a portion of the proceeds. Like, imagine if Cam was at Auburn. Ooh. Everyone would be at the Cam bar and, you know, just getting, what does Cam drink? Nothing, because he's perfect and has 0% of any toxicness in his body. But I think that'd be kind of fun, you know?
Well, I feel like he had like the Gatorade bottle. Wasn't that like his big thing? Everyone was like, what's in this Cam Gatorade bottle? Cam juice. You could make a drink at like Skybar, and it could be like the LB drink, and you could, you know, do that like Cam. It would have been like the Cam juice, and they could have made like a little shot, and everyone would have died to get the Cam juice. So I feel like there's a lot of opportunities. I do like that idea of doing a little thing. And also, like, I mean, I hosted trivia back at Skybar. So if I'm an athlete, I mean, I know it's a little harder in football season, like you can't really, but someone who plays spring, like a tennis player, someone could like host trivia on Friday nights and, you know, things like that. Like, it's not just about getting like endorsements and stuff. Like, it's events, it's camps, it's all these different things that are, you know, going to be allowed in this name, image, likeness world. So I think there's a lot of opportunities.
Football player that tweeted like, now I can actually play guitar under my real name, Will Ulmer, because cool. I'm assuming he played under a stage name to not get in trouble, because he didn't say like play for the first time. Mm-hmm. He said actually play under my real name, so come out and support. And that was one of the cooler ones I saw yesterday, because you do think of the money, the sales, the partnerships, the ads, but like, I mean, these guys have talents too, you know, outside of their sport. And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, no, that is really cool. I hadn't heard about that one. Well, my final one is also repeat, but it's the Robert Trent Jones Trail, only because right now I'm currently spending like $100 a week or every 2 weeks on driving range balls, or, you know, going to a par 3. And it would be so nice if I could get some free gear and look really cute, because I'm a big believer in look good, play good. So you could go to like the pro shop and do that. You could do lessons and have, you know, I was going to we had a tornado basically come through Auburn, but I was going to go and host, their Auburn Classic golf thing and work with some like boosters, and, the girls golf coaches were going to come out and do like free shots. Like there's so many things as athletes can do now with that kind of stuff. So I feel like just for like currently, if I was an athlete, I would definitely take up golf. It's great as you get older. There's a ton of really cute guys out there on the course that you can meet. And 3, it's just like really nice to get outside. So I would choose a repeat, but I would definitely want to try to get hooked up with the Robert Trent Jones Grand National.
Guys, if you're watching this, take Allie out to play golf. Then by golly, take her to Amsterdam for that nice Auburn date night. She's just laying it all out there. You do no work here. She lays it out.
I'm just giving them the blueprint. It's not hard. I'm not complicated. So golf in Amsterdam, I mean, there's not much of a better date day than I can imagine. So,
all right, my number one, it's a little conceited, but you know what? I'm living in fantasy land.
Go for it.
Cool athlete, like duh, I think I'm cool. I'm going with the freaking Tailgate Guys. And you know why?
Ooh.
Because you see them everywhere on game day, and I want my face or my logo. I want some of the tents that you see, the sea of the white tops, to have Linden on it, LB on it, whatever sport. Can you imagine, like, or you could even do like cutouts that come with the tent? Like, how many people would have bought a Cam Newton cutout to go with their tent?
Absolutely. I mean, you could have like names on the photos. I mean, the best day whenever I was back in college and still now is the Thursday or Friday morning when you like walk around campus in the green space and all of a sudden it's white tent city and like football's in the air and it's game weekend and Jordan Hare's going to be popping. Like that was always the best feeling. And so that's a really good matchup that I think would be like really natural for like athletes to do, is something like that. So that's a good one. Little LB face, cheering on the Tigers on like a white tent sign.
Yes.
So you could be a cheerleader.
I'm sure now they'll do some tailgates with like the autograph signings for like the current college athletes from basketball or something. I mean, truly the possibilities are kind of endless right now, and it'll be interesting to see how it all kind of shakes out. But that's number one. A little bit conceited, but like I don't imagine
it's a good one.
When I see it, I see Cam's face on all the tents, on like the row of them. But, if we're talking about me and my amazing athletic ability, then I'm the star.
Well, our LGPA golf pro over here is what your natural ability. Honestly, sometimes it blows my mind at like what Cam Newton like could have done in this world.
Tim Tebow.
I mean, there's so many guys.
He would for sure been the best college athlete to run away with this.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree. He had definitely the easy promotability. But now guys are coming out with logos. Like it's just a really cool, life-changing sports day in history. So it's really cool. We're glad you guys stuck around to hear our top sponsors. If you're watching this or watching the replay, drop in the comments who you would want to be sponsored by. There's so many cool places in Auburn that we definitely didn't even touch. But those are our top 5. And I think it's time on this Friday to end our show, week 4, and go into our segment, Toasting Tigers, Tiger Toast. There we go. Tiger Toast. Lyndon, why don't you kick us off and let us know what you're drinking on this July 4th and what we are toasting to this weekend on Tiger Takes.
I'm going to drink on this July 4th. Shout out to Ghost Train in Birmingham, their kettle sour. I'm going to stop there, get it to go, head to good old Alex City, get on the boat with the fam. So I'm going to toast to all the Auburn flags I'm going to see on Lake Martin on the boats this weekend. And I cannot wait to just shout War Eagle.
So excited.
And give them a little wave as they go by. What about you?
There's nothing better than a War Eagle on a boat and getting it back and doing a little wave as you guys cross on Lake Martin. It's one of the cooler places to get it. This week, I'm going to toast. I think Auburn has 4 athletes going to Tokyo. But my girl, Sony Lee, I am so pumped for her. I've been watching her throughout all these trials. I think there was a stat. This is the first time Simone Biles has got beat out since like forever. And Sony Lee, our Auburn gymnast, did it. She's been so great. She loves Auburn. She posts about it all the time. Can't wait to watch her in Tokyo in a couple weeks. And I also cannot wait to watch her in Auburn Arena. Make sure you go out and see our girl. I think tickets are going to be a little hard to come by. this season for gymnastics. But toast to her, because it's awesome to see an Auburn girl leading the way on, USA Gymnastics, which is one of the coolest things, alongside the GOAT and Simone Biles. And it's going to be really cool to see her. And I'm hoping we get a War Eagle across the sea from her in the Olympics, or a little Auburn shirt or a little Auburn hair tie or something on her USA Olympic uniform. But toast to her and the other 3 Auburn athletes that are heading over. Olympics is one of my favorite times. Maybe we'll do a segment on like what Auburn, what Olympic sports at Auburn we would have wanted to do.
Yeah,
or something when we get closer
back,
to
like,
kick off.
Just watching all the Auburn swimmers, like, it's just so much fun. I can't wait.
It's so awesome. It's so awesome. I'm so excited. And I hope you guys all watching have a great and safe and relaxing July 4th this weekend. I hope you're spending it with all of your Auburn people. Like I said, if you're around Lake Martin, come say hi. To me and Lyndon, we'll be at the landing and we'll be rocking our Auburn gear and War Eagle. But thanks again for joining us for week 4. Oh my gosh, on Tiger Takes. I think I made it with my whole internet not going out, and you can hear me. So I guess I'm going to have to do it from my kitchen from now on. And you guys we'll be adding wedding invitations as the summer goes. But thanks again for joining us. And Lynn, I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. War Eagle guys. Bye.
War Eagle guys. Bye.